Well, and think about it, how naturally pleasing a like beautiful harmony is. And it's not just the training of our ear from like we've listened to so much music and we, um associate all these good times in our life and dopamine releases to these times that we were hearing these harmonies. I don't believe in that, which I've heard about like sound or music like theory and stuff like that. I think it's that frequency and that vibration is universal, and whatever, you know, that spot where our spirit and body are combined, that harmony and like resonance pleases us. It's like it's a dopamine release, to have like a yeah, this combination of vibrations that hits this right frequency or whatever. And and that's the same kind of feelings that psychedelics when we hum, or meditation when we're humming or whatever, and singing, we're like matching those frequencies in our own body. And like I've done this in I imagine you have done like salt float tanks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Deprivation. Yeah.
that's sometimes I try to be still and meditate and whatever. Sometimes I just like kind of hop around in the and like float and swim in the thing. And then sometimes I do like breathing exercises and stuff like that. But sometimes I really like when my ears are underwater and like humming within the water and how different it sounds. And like you said, doing the different high notes and low notes. And I like to take like a cannabis edible when I go in there. And with my eyes closed, I have some kind of faint visuals. And I've even noticed that by singing different pitches or humming different pitches, I can have different like colors and shapes like change with the frequencies.
Yes, exactly. Like frequency has shape and color. And actually,
Yeah.
that reminds me when I did ayahuasca, and the ayahuasquera was a woman. She came and sang to each of us in this like angelic melodic voice. And I wasn't having any visuals, and like not much was happening other than being really nauseous. And she came over to me and sat right in front of me and sang. And like with every vibration of her voice, like the psychedelics just went ping, 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 and it totally activated everything. So, and I'm just remembering that when you're saying it. So, really, yeah, I mean, I can see that how
Yeah.
everything just becomes more with sound.
Yeah. Yeah. And I haven't experimented with that enough. It's like most of my trips have been like listening to Pink Floyd or the Flaming Lips, which are great, and I'm not shitting on that. But it's like I want to experience that kind of thing with a shaman, like chanting the Icaros and stuff like you're talking about, because I don't know, like I want to get like more primal with like um the kind of ceremony around using psychedelics that I've done. I'm scared to, but at the same token, it's like I kind of have to. I've done everything you could do with the hippie music. It's fun, and I'll definitely always go back to it. But it's like I do need to experience that kind of drum. I mean, well, I guess I've been around like drum circles at festivals and stuff, but I've been to festivals where the drum circle was way more transcendent with the psychedelic experience than the concert with the laser lights and stuff.
Yeah, actually, that reminds me, I did have one psychedelic experience. I don't know if you'd call it psychedelic, but so I had a son that died when he was 14, and this is about 10 years ago. So I'm fine now. But it was right after he had died, and I did this. They called it like a drum ceremony circle, like you travel on the drums. So we all laid down in a circle, I think, with our heads in the middle, and then they drummed and sang. And I like went out of my body because I was grieving so hard anyway, but I went out of my body, and then I was shown these rainbow monkeys, and my son was a rainbow monkey, and he kind of came up to me with this big smile on his face, and he was with all these other rainbow monkeys, and they were swinging from the trees, and they were just so joyful and having the best time ever. And I mean, I wasn't on anything. It was just the drums and the grief and the sound. I think she was singing or something, but it was the most amazing experience because I was lucid. Like it was like I came out of it and I remembered everything. And that was super cool. So yeah, like sound journeying is also very amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's and that's when I listen to music in headphones on a psychedelic trip, there's like a choice A or B that you can go down. And that is like music with lyrics, because then you're going to be listening to the words and you're going to be influenced by that,
Mm-hmm.
or instrumental. And so I always my go-to, like I said, is like Pink Floyd, Grateful Dead, or Flaming Lips. All that have lyrics. I'm very emotionally tied during the psychedelic experience and also going forward with the uh the lyrical themes of those songs have influenced my life because of that. Honestly, I'd have to admit that, like, I've taken on the philosophy of those songwriters, let's say, right? And to where I've had moments, though, like I like jazz and like jazz fusion too, um where it's like I've had some really cool trips listening to those frequencies that don't have lyrics and don't have that English language, the spells, like you were saying, right? And I've had very different experiences.